So, quickly, going to tell you all about fog computing, quickly about active Ether and Fogcoin, AetherWorks, the word Ether shows up a lot in here, token sale, how to invest, Q&A. Quick one on the upcoming offering. It's November 30th. It's SAFT, listing with compliance services, the coin list, and all the important stuff, just so you know what you're getting. Right, so what's the problem? By the end of the day today, there are going to be 27 million additional new IoT endpoints in the world, 20 billion by 2020. And 2020 is not the future anymore. It's in about 2 years and 2 months. So we are there. The data produced from these devices needs to be processed somewhere. The current structure, sending it all out to the cloud, you see the big problem there. It's a nice, tight pinch point, and there's a significant bandwidth problem. However, why not compute using the computing resources that are around us? I mean, think of these office buildings outside. How many, well, that one's under construction, but the thousands of computers that surround us in our daily life. Even the computers in our pockets, which are technically telephones sometimes, but they're often doing absolutely nothing. Your computer at home right now, likely doing nothing unless your dog knows how to work it. Computer in your office, your spare tablets, even the spare server time and the spare cloud computing time that you guys don't actually use. It can all be tied together to process not just IoT sensor data, but all types of data. Like that. So, active Ether ties together on-site, nearby, and cloud computing facilities, enabling you to utilize the most geographically appropriate computational resources for processing your data. And with Fogcoin, we enable people to get paid for that compute time. That's what I just said. We turned spare computing time into a global marketplace for compute with Fogcoin. You can't see down here because the chairs are in the way, but this is, for investors, size of the opportunity is important, right? There's a little tiny orange dot over here. That's the collective quantity of servers in Amazon's global cloud. Conservatively, between 10 and 15 million. It's the number of computers in the world. If we're able to, which we are, to tie those together and make them a pervasive computing environment, we got something pretty cool. So our AetherWorks team, myself, thank you. Alan Boyd, COO, he's up there. I think he's the only guy with the tie on here. Shannon Cody, Director of Marketing, right there. Please reach out and say hello, chat with us about this if you see us later on in the day. Right, we've also done this before. We've been at this since about 2010, 2011. Our last product, Ether Store, enables you to tie together spare storage space and mount that as a logical drive. We're deployed at 30,000 sites in just over 160 countries, and there's a nice quote about our stuff. It's all based on super strong IP. I think it's 24 claims and 31 in that. 2011 and 12, respectively, as priority date. This is our advisory board. Brian Pellegrino, anybody here from the crypto space certainly knows him. He helped us work out a really, really nice economic model. There are some challenges with coins in your standard utility model. We've got a new one. If anybody wants to talk more about that, let me know, because that's super exciting. Dean of Science, University of St. Andrews, David Olk, everybody around here in the startup scene definitely knows David, and big time board experience. We're also a member of the OpenFog Consortium. It's an industry consortium dedicated to solving the challenges of fog computing. So we're working together with folks like Microsoft, Intel, Cisco, Dell, the list goes on. ARM is important, actually. And most importantly, really, is solving the security challenges. And security challenges inherent in having somebody else running code on your machine, or having your code being run on somebody else's machine. You don't want people to snoop on your stuff, but you also don't want their code to break your computer. So this consortium is the group that we're working with to get all of these challenges solved, and then working together on have a standardized approach for all of this stuff. That'll be in March or so of this year. There was just an IEEE conference out in California that we were at. Some recent press stuff over there. It was a pretty cool interview down at the floor of the New York Stock Exchange the other day, which was fun. You can find that online at cheddar.com or fogcoin.io or any of the other domains listed here. And our token sale, November 30th, 2017, in a couple of weeks. We encourage everybody to register now if they're interested, because there are a couple of steps you need to take. You need to verify your accreditation status, you transfer funds, and then you need to click purchase. Varying challenges there. The click purchase is probably the easier one. If anybody is on AngelList already, you're already accredited. So that's good. What do we got next? Steps to invest, I just described that to you. Just so you can believe that it's super easy, this is your accreditation status. Step 2, transfer funds, is just a wire. Step 3, purchase, click the go button. That's all. It's wonderful. Back to details, SAFT is important. It's an actual security that we're issuing. It will convert to tokens upon the launch of the network. Again, compliance services through CoinList, and if anybody needs to know about Baker or Maclnnis, those are the details. And there we go. I really encourage you guys to register today, early, so you don't miss out. Sale begins on November 30th, and that says memorandum, but it's underneath the graphic, so you get the idea. That's it. That's Fogcoin, that's Active Ether. I probably saved you guys a bit of time, but if there's Q&A, any questions? No? What?
How does it differentiate from similar tokens that are trying to solve a similar problem?
Absolutely. So the question is, how do we differentiate from different tokens that are trying to solve a different problem? There are 3 primary ones. You got Golem, you got Sonum, and you got an unpronounceable IEX.EC ... I don't know. Those utility tokens are similar in concept. They are taking a grid-based computing approach. Grid computing is a dead end when you're going down the distributed computing model. They're going to have to pull all the way back and work out a way to actually have dynamic compute, dynamic endpoint allocation that can basically take care of itself. Otherwise, there will be a zillion people having to decide when to scale things out, when not to, etc. So, grid computing is excellent for nice, well-described projects like 3D rendering or processing radio signals or something like that. But it's doing the exact same thing on a whole bunch of computers all at the same time, as opposed to doing a whole bunch of different things as demand dictates on those same systems. So, questions, anybody? That's it. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So the question is it going to be an open source project? And how do the patents that we listed there, how are we going to deal with licensing and all the rest? BakerBots' logo is off of here, but they, I swear, charge us more than enough to deal with the licensing challenges. We certainly think that some parts of this are going to be released as open source. We also think that there are some serious security considerations that we prefer to have a little bit of trade secret protection on. So we will not be releasing some other things. Presently, no. Presently, it's not open source at all. But in order to encourage engagement, we'll certainly be having some kind of open source project. Thanks. How's it going? Anyone else? Cool. All right. I'm going to go get the organizers because that was far shorter than it was booked for. But if any of you guys want to talk more about this, I will be around all day long. So will Shannon right here, and Allie in the back left corner at our booth, where you can also register for the sale, so you don't have to go home and register. And I think we're going for drinks later. So we'll see you all then. Thank you.